Okay. U.S. equity fund inflows cratered from 31 billion to 2 billion. Um, are you loading up on beaten down sectors or parking cash until headlines clear?
Long lesson is to hold for 10 years. The thing that I want to help do, like you can get trading gains from holding long term if you hold for a long enough period. There's a reason why in venture capital and angel investment, there's a 5 to 7 year lockup period. For
Mhm.
most real estate investors, they know a 7 year period is mandatory. Shout out to all my traders. I'm a trader, futures trader. Been doing that damn near 10 years. My greatest gains have come from holding long term. This it's a great headline, but I think it's a trick to scare you out of the market. And I think we've done a great job of taking headlines like that and telling you exactly when to invest in. I think ETFs will only become more popular. And I think we are actually living through the greatest time. Even when you go back to crypto, even with Ethereum, and they've underperformed, but like to be able just to get a 50% return in a year, if I told you that 8 years ago, you would have thought I was a scam artist. For Bitcoin to like to go from 70 to where it is now in a year and not crater. So, I'm looking to invest in the highest quality sectors. And are there some of the edges that could have some value? Like I'm concerned about biotech. Biotech has not moved how it should.
Mhm.
But um I think this is actually the greatest from in my personal life, the greatest period of investing, especially long term I've ever seen.
Does that make it? I mean, and I feel like it's just a unique time. We talked about from a percentage game, but in terms of retail versus institutional investing, sometimes institutional can lead a rally, or they could pull the carpet, and we can see a rally just get derailed, and now we're in a downtrend. But over the past 5 years, and kudos to everything that we've done in that space and others as well. But the retail investor has changed the way investment has looked over the past 3 to 4 years.
And has gotten smart. I would argue retail investors of today are almost not at the same level, but a tier below institutional maybe 9 years ago.
With technology.
The lens AI, even if you
Yes.
just look at perplexity, not saying that it's Bloomberg capable, but some of the data that you can take out is in between Y charts and a Bloomberg terminal. Some of the
Yeah.
research I'm seeing people just send, I'm like, where the hell you get this from? They're like, well, cross analyze. Even Grok 4. Grok 4, Elon may make a comeback with Grok 4, and if he pairs that with Starlink, just the level of acumen is so much higher than it was even 5 or 6 years ago, but definitely 10
Yeah.
years ago, it's different.
And,
It's
and
different.
that's another case when we talk about the semis. And Ian, you could probably attest to this as well. How fast your trades can move have changed as
Oh
well.
my God.
Right. So like
Dramatically.
that's a CPU matter, right? When you're
Mm,
talking about how fast your processing unit can work. Institutional had the huge advantage, right?
advantage.
Because
Yeah.
they were already using the highest level of GPUs. Now, when retail investors can have access to that, I mean, this is a game changer.
It
Every
helps a
second
lot.
counts, especially if you're trading futures.
Yeah, absolutely. And just even from when I first started to then when I got the Ryzen chip to when I paired the NVIDIA and AMD Ryzen chip together, the speeds are incredible.
Mhm.
Are incredible. So I just think retail investors are brighter than they've ever been. And even advisors who talk to clients, like I've talked to some advisors, and like they'll bring in notes from the show, and they're they're more prepared than they used to be.
Yeah. I think that was one of the things when we left Vlad. Shout out to Vlad Tenev, CEO
The
of
real
the
Vlad.
real Vlad. Disclaimer. I can see the energy he's on. One of the
Yes,
things he
man.
said was like, you know what, the platform that we've now made, Robinhood Gold, was they said it was for retail investors
Mhm.
because people liked us because we gamified it and it was too easy. And they said, well, what are you going to do for sophisticated investors? And they were like, you know what? our retail investors are sophisticated. They're just as sophisticated as an institutional investor. We need to make a platform for them. And now you see Robinhood is over $100, and we saw this coming. We said, yo, the platform that they built, they let us test. It's legit. It can, any institutional firm, any brokerage firm, it's right there with them.
Yep.
Trump just slapped a 30% tariff on EU and Mexico. How are you hedging your global equity exposure before the trade war goes full blast?
He's not gonna stick with this plan. I know you don't like tacos, Trump, so it's fine. But this is the taco movement. I'm not changing. And this is the great part about investing in great companies. NVIDIA won't be affected by this war. Invest in companies that move the GDP of the country and the world and are so valuable. None of that. That's for low tier stocks. NVIDIA won't, Microsoft won't miss a beat as a result. The tariffs thing don't matter. And if you're not sticking with the tariff plan for 180 days, what difference does it make? All that goes away through like recession, famine. We survived COVID, regime changes, political unrest in the Middle East. Like once you just continue to hold, and that's a great part about being seasoned and being older, even just in business, if you just stick to your plan, which most people won't, even with AI. Like I thought with the evolution of AI, people would be more productive. I feel like people are being less productive with better tools. Just stay locked in. The tariff thing for NVIDIA, Microsoft, Eli Lilly, who should make a comeback next year, AMD, even Tesla, it's not gonna matter.
Yeah, I think the market is kind of baked in this fear of what tariffs are going to do. I know a lot of people are talking about, yeah, Q2 is over, so we'll see the actual effect of it in the next couple of weeks when earnings happen. But I feel like the market has baked it in, right? We saw what happened in April, and since then, it's been a hell of a run.
Generational bias. April will be one of those.
It's just, I mean, you can set the date. I know you said August 1st, it'll officially go into effect, but based on the pattern of how he's been governing, I mean, does anything feel like it's a concrete thing, right? April 1st can turn into December 1st at this point. And companies have just moved on. They moved on. But like you said, investing in companies that are kind of non-tariff affected. The China situation, obviously, with NVIDIA could have some impact. I don't know if it'll be great, but like I said, Netflix for sure is a company
won't be affected.
I mean, it's just not. Defense companies as well. And I bring up Netflix because they're kind of kicking off the earnings week for the second quarter. So we'll see how they report this week. But look at those companies. Netflix is going to be fine. We talked about defense companies all the time.
BlackRock, ticker BLK will be fine. Robinhood will be fine. It's a non-issue. Okay. You stole his content though? You stole his content.
He was just coming off of that. What you do? He just was over it. Now he used to go.
You downloaded his content, put it on TikTok.
Allegedly.
The share screen.
Allegedly.
One day we won't let things bother us.
Okay.
Yep.